Kim Cohen is in this live chat right now. If you want to take a second, click on her profile, take a look at what she does. You know, at the age of 28, Kim was like, you know, working a corporate job. She said, screw this. I want to travel. I want to find a way to make travel my full-time thing. And so she started a blog. That's it, just a blog. And over the next few months, next year, she developed her brand on a few other different platforms. Lo and behold, now she gets paid to work with brands, to work with tourism boards and travel companies and all this stuff, and goes all over the world. Like,
where are you now? I saw on your post, I think you're in the Maldives.
Yeah. Oh my God. How gangster is that? She was just in the Maldives.
Hi guys. This is like, I can't. This is a video that I never thought that I'd ever have to make. Hold on, I can't. Fuck. Okay. So as many of you guys know by now, there was a tragedy that happened on July 3rd, Tuesday, to my really, really good friends, my boys from A High on Life. They were hiking in Canada, in Shannon Falls, and Mindy had slipped, and Ryker and Alexey jumped to save her, because that's just what they do. They're just that kind of people. They're just such good people. This is so hard. Fuck. Ryker, Alexey, and Mindy. I have no words. I mean, I'm really trying, but it's just like unbearable. Alexey and Ryker lost their lives because they were trying to save Mindy, Alexey's girlfriend. And that's why I love them so much, because beyond the amazing videos and the amazing content that they make, and the crazy jumps and the silly and funny jokes, they're genuinely good people. They're good souls. From the moment I met them, I felt that, and I knew that, and I was drawn to that because I love people like that. They're just, God, so full of light and just selfless. The High on Life boys inspired me way before I even met them. I don't know what I was Googling once on YouTube. Maybe it was like travel tips or something. But I found them and I was like, wow, these guys are really cool. And I don't know, I was like, wow, they're so professional. Look at their footages, and their footage and just them, and they were so funny and cute and sweet, and I don't know, and I just sat there. I remember this night, and I just sat there and just watched so many of their videos, just random all over the place, and then I watched their videos. I love inspirational videos. I watched their video on 365 days and 3 years and 3 minutes, and just I was like, wow, these guys think like me, like this is amazing. And I was so inspired by their video that I created a video called Why You Should Travel, Why It's So Important to Travel the World Solo. because they really inspired me, and I wanted to create a video that inspires others as well, not just like a travel vlog. So I sat in my room and I recorded all this audio and took a bunch of my footages and made a montage, and I uploaded the video, and I was very nervous about it because it was such a vulnerable video. And then, I don't know, it started getting shares, and Ashton Kutcher found it, and he shared it on his Facebook friends with like, I don't know, like 17 million followers. And it was because of them. It was because of them, and that was even before I met them. They had no idea. And it was like, literally like the greatest like achievement of my career so far, I feel like. But they've just always inspired, and God, I love them so much. And then a couple months later, there was a travel blogger conference in Iceland, and I loved Iceland. Iceland's been my favorite country in the world. Some of you guys know that. But I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do the first time around, and I saw, you know, like a deal for 4 excursions, and it seemed like a good deal. And I went. I decided to go spontaneously last minute. I booked my entire trip like a week before. And I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy I did. And so on this trip, I met the boys. I arrived to Iceland, and my first day I didn't have anything booked, so I went horseback riding, and then I had already pre-scheduled all my activities, all my excursions. And funny part is, me and the boys, without even knowing each other, literally booked all the same excursions on the same days and times. And from the moment, I don't know, I saw them, from the moment I got on the bus, from the moment I saw them, oof, I keep staring at Ryker's picture, and I can't believe it, it's real. Look at Alexey and Mindy, and I'm like, what? How? What? Okay. Anyways, I got on the bus, and I was traveling by myself, as I normally do. You guys know that. And the boys were there, and they were just showing an amazing video that they just uploaded on Instagram of Mindy in a beautiful cabin in the woods while it's snowing. And they were showing each other, and I was like, can I see? And of course they showed it to me, and I was like, wow, these guys were so talented. I need to be their friend. We clicked. We did right away. From the first moment I saw them, we just did. And the first day we spent like 19 hours together, traveling all over Iceland. Yeah, we did a lot. Ice caving and lava caves and waterfalls and northern lights, and yeah, just we did a lot of things that day, and we clicked, and I was kind of like one of the boys. The next day we had another magical day where we went to see waterfalls, ironically enough, in a black sand beach in Iceland, and we literally spent like a week together, every single day together. We'd do excursions, we'd go out, we went to the conference together. I was always with them, every lunch break, every everything. And I loved them. I loved them. I loved them because they were just so high on life. They loved life. They were so happy. They had so much energy, so much love in life, and just always funny, always silly, always inspiring, never taking anything too seriously, just going with the flow. And then kind of towards the end of the trip, during the lunch break, Ryker came up to me and he's like, "Hey Kimmy, can I ask you something?" And you know, and he asked me if I wanted to be part of their new program that they've been working on for a year called Jet Setter Boss. That it was going to be a course to teach people on how to travel the world like we all do, and that they'd give me an interview and they want to hear my story. And of course I agreed. Why would I say no? And they told me that they're going to create this amazing video of my travels and my story, and I'd be one of their case study for the Jet Setter Boss program, because they wanted to inspire people. I feel so honored that they asked me. I really do. And on our last day in Iceland, you know, me and the boys have this joke where I thought we almost died. Till this day, I think we almost died in Iceland. You know, Alexey and Ryker don't. They think I'm exaggerating, but I don't. We actually just talked about it like last Thursday. But we went hiking at night to find hot springs, and on the way we got lost and we couldn't find the trail, and it was snowing. There was a crazy snowstorm and we lost each other halfway through, and I was having an anxiety attack and I was crying and freaking out. We weren't dressed for it. We weren't prepared for it. We had like no water, no food, no gear. Like, it was kind of ridiculous. We had no idea where we were going. We were just going. But the group split. We lost Ryker and Alexey and Parker, and I stopped the group that I was with, and I was like, we are going to die, you guys. We're going to die. No one's gonna find us. That's what I kept saying on repeat, and nobody would listen to me. It wasn't funny. It was very, 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 very scary. I felt like I was in a movie. I felt like I was in the movie like Into the Wild, or I don't know, one of those crazy movies. And I just kept picturing helicopters trying to find us, and they couldn't because of the weather conditions. And then Parker ran back. And I jokingly say that Parker came back, and I think Parker saved my life, because I thought I was gonna freeze to death and just die on that mountain. And that's why it doesn't surprise me that Alexey and Ryker went to save Mindy, because that's just the type of boys that they were. That's like the good souls that they were. It's so rare to find people like that are willing to risk their life for someone else, like truly. We ended up all finding each other, and it was a dangerous hike. I thought it was gonna be like 10-15 minutes. It was like 2 hours at night. But we got to the hot springs and we saw the beautiful northern lights, and it was snowing and it was crazy. And the moment I saw the boys, they just kind of made a joke out of everything, and they made the situation so much better by just being themselves, their silly, funny selves. But it was such a traumatic life experience. I legitimately thought I was gonna die. I've had a few moments like that in my life, but that was like really number one on my list. And I remember, you know, I left the next day, and the boys stayed for another day. And I remember on the bus to the airport, I wrote Parker and the boys, and I genuinely wanted to thank them for an amazing, life-changing week with them. And I remember, like, I was sitting in the bus and I was getting so so emotional. I was getting so teary. I was sitting staring outside and I was getting teary-eyed, and I was kind of, I mean, I was crying. I even told my mom, I'm like, Mommy, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I wrote, you know, Parker and the boys, and I was like, I love you guys. I'm so sad. I don't want this to end. Like, I'm gonna like really miss you guys. And they're like, don't worry, Kimmy. We love you, and we miss you too, but we'll see each other really soon. We'll make another adventure together. That never happened. But we kept in touch like all the time. They were my boys. They were my high on life boys. That's what I called them. My boys. And a couple months ago, they invited me to go with them to Bali, to their amazing trip in Bali. And I wanted to go so bad, and I couldn't. I couldn't get a visa, and I tried so hard. I was so devastated. Because it sounded like the best trip ever, especially with them and the crew and just everybody. I wanted to go so bad. But Ryker said, don't worry, it's okay. Like, next time, we'll plan something soon. Really thought next time. I always kept in touch with the boys through almost the last year, and you know, I used to always talk to all of them separately. You know, when I look at Ryker's face, it just... When I look at Ryker's face, I can't believe that it's real. Alexey, Mindy, I feel like I just saw them, I just hung out with them, I just spoke to them, like, it can't be true. It's just, oh, so unfair. I mean, you know, 2 weeks ago, Ryker was like, Kimmy, how are you? Would you be interested in doing a Skype interview, like a video chat with us? And tell us your story and how you got to where you got. And I was like, of course, dude, like, done. And last Thursday, it's like 7 days ago, I like sat with Ryker and just talked to him on Skype for an hour. I felt like I just hung out with him. And at the end of the chat, I don't know why, just at the end of the Skype chat, he's like, do you have anything else to say? And I told him I love you guys and I miss you guys, and I'm so proud of you guys for making this program, for making your dreams come true, for creating amazing content, for being who you are. I'm so happy I got a chance to say that. I know that most people don't. Yeah, most people don't get, like, to kind of tell their friends, like, how great they are before they pass. I feel so blessed that I had the opportunity to tell him, and I hope that they all saw it so that they all know. Yeah, and after we were done with the Skype, I was telling them that I wanted to go visit them in Canada, and we were talking about it, and they were telling me how they're gonna, you know, show me a great time. And I don't know, I talked to Ryker a couple of days ago. You know, Alexey with his silly, funny, like, Insta stories. Like, half the time I'm, like, laughing at him out loud. And his dog got attacked by a skunk. and he got all these products, and it was cute and funny. Not funny, but it was, the way he was handling it was cute. And the next day, which was the day of the hike, I was like, how is your dog doing? And he didn't write me back. And he always writes me back. I thought that was weird. And somebody asked a question in the Jet Setter Boss program, the students program. And they always write right away, but I saw that they didn't, so I took the initiative of answering this person, giving him a detailed answer to his question. And I was surprised that they never reacted to it or liked it, or I just thought it was weird because they're so on top of it. They're so passionate about their Jet Setter Boss program. They're always so on top of it. And it was, it was early Wednesday morning, July 4th. And so they didn't write back, and I figured they're probably on one of their amazing adventures, as always. So I went to the pool and I got a tan, and I came back and I took a shower and fell asleep on the couch. And I took out my phone when I woke up, and I was refreshing Facebook to see if they wrote anything. Nothing. I was like, that's so weird. It's so unlike them. So I went into the group, and the group said that the Q&A that was supposed to happen got canceled or something. And then I was going through the feed, and then there was a message from Jet Setter Boss. I read the first couple sentences, and I couldn't even fathom what I was reading. I thought it was like a joke. I thought someone hacked into their account. I still want to believe that someone hacked in their account and that it's not real, but it's real. And I just lost it. I saw their name, and it said passed away, and I just lost my shit like crazy. I couldn't breathe. I was hyperventilating. I don't even know what was happening. I just woke up and I was like, what? No, 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 no. And I was trying to figure out if it was true. I just kept saying, no, it can't be true. You just talked to them. You just saw them. Like, it can't be true. Damn it. And then I called Parker. And he told me it was true. I thought I was gonna faint or throw up. I don't even know. And then I looked it up, and it was all over the news in Canada, and I saw their faces, and I was like, no. I can't stop thinking about Parker. Can't stop thinking about Alicia. Can't stop thinking about Alicia, Ryker's girlfriend, that he loved so much. He loved her so much. I remember in Iceland how excited he would get when he spoke about her. When she sent him a video, he was so happy, he was so excited. It's like a way any guy. It's like every girl's dream to have a guy love her like that. He really, really loved her. And poor Parker. I can't stop thinking about Parker. His two best friends. And all the boys and their family. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's really sad. My heart's broken. I never got to meet Mindy, but Alexey told me so much about her. You can tell by her face, by her smile, by those beautiful eyes, like just the type of person that she was. I felt like I knew her, I really did. I can't believe it's real. I love these boys so much. They've inspired me so much to make better videos, to be more adventurous, to do crazier things. I've always lived life to the fullest, as I'm sure some of you guys do know that, but they beat me by a few notches. They always just total fearlessness in the best way possible. I know that they wouldn't want us to be sad right now, but it's so confusing because when I think of them, I can't relate sadness to them because that's not what they are to me. They're funny, they're silly, they're good-hearted, they're energetic and full of life. That's why it's so weird to me to relate such a tragedy to these amazing, beautiful souls. It's like, it doesn't make sense. I feel like if they were here, Ryker would look at me and be like, Kimmy, don't be sad, don't cry. Smile, everything's gonna be okay. I keep trying to tell myself that, but just my heart's broken. They would never want any of us to stop the adventure. Ever. They never would want any of us to stop dreaming, to stop the adventure, to stop loving and traveling. They would never want that. Because they were so full of life and they were such big dream chasers. Yesterday, when I left my house to get some stuff from the market, there was a vanilla sky in the sky. I left my house at sunset time. The whole sky was lit in vanilla sky colors and pink and purple and yellow and an orange. And I looked up at the sky at the red light. And I know that they're there. They're like in every sunset sky, every vanilla sky. I will like forever look up and just know that they're there because they're just that beautiful. I will forever look at the northern lights and think of them. We saw the northern lights like 5 or 6 times on our trip in Iceland. If there's anything, words of wisdom that I can tell you is, seriously guys, like live life to the fullest. Seriously, make your dreams come true. Don't listen to anybody. Don't listen to negativity. These boys live their life to the fullest, and I always try to do that every single day of my life. Live life like legit with no regret. Like, I lived like that, and they lived like that. And I don't feel like enough people live like that. But you should. You should. Follow your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. Life is too short to give up on your dreams, to give up on the things that you're most passionate about. Life's too short for that. Not a lot of people get to live life like us, and I wish more people did. I really do. That's what they were trying to create with their Jet Setter Boss program, was to give people the opportunity to live life like us. And I love them for it. They were just dreamers. Also, call a friend. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a long time and tell them that you love them. Your family, your friends. It's so important, you guys. It's so important not to hold grudges. It's so important to always end things on a good note. It's so important to wear your heart on your sleeve, even though it hurts. These boys wear their heart on their sleeve. That's why we all felt like we knew them, because they did that. I know that they'd want us to be happy, and that they'd want us to keep traveling and keep following our dreams, and I'm gonna do that for them, even though it's really hard. I don't really know how you're supposed to end these videos, but Ryker, Alexey, and Mindy, I love you guys so much. I really do. And I hope that we see each other one day. I really do. And please, you guys, if they inspired you in any way possible, please share their legacy. There's a hashtag HOL inspired. Please, leave that out there for their families, for their legacy, for what they stood for. If you have anything to share, any stories, anything, I think that their family and friends would want to see it, on how they inspired you, whether it's in the smallest or biggest way. They changed my life. They changed my life. They really changed my life. They really did. They taught me so much. They inspired me. They believed in my dream. They're just so special, you guys. Anyways, I'm sending all the love in the world to their family and close friends. Bye.